Dressmakers and friends, welcome again on this channel. I'm sharing with you in this video how to make this scrunchy sleeve or scrunchy strap. So let's get right into the video. Don't forget to subscribe. The first thing I did was to iron out every wrinkle that is on this fabric, and this fabric is actually a Duchess fabric, which is also a silk fabric. So just iron out all of the wrinkles because you may not have opportunity to do that after you have made the scrunchie. And also for this, I want one of my strap to be thinner than the other, just as you have seen from the intro video. So the thinner one is 6 inches. By the time I'm done sewing it, I should be left with 5, which will be 2.5 unfold. And for this longer one, it is actually 11 inches. By the time I'm done sewing this, I should be left with 10 inches, which means unfold that will be 5 inches. I hope you understand that. Okay, for the wider strap, which is going to fall over my shoulder, the length is going to be like the entire 60 inches length of the fabric. And for this smaller one, the length is going to be like the length of the entire fabric, like divided by 2. Okay, so you can see this is like the entire 60 inches length, but this one that you see here is what I'm going to divide into 2. You are just going to see how I'm going to do it now. So can you see I just divided it into 2 like this? So this is what I'm going to be using for the upper strap that is going to be resting right over my shoulder, but the other one is going to be over my arm, which means for the one over my arm, I'm going to be having 2, but for the one over my shoulder, I'm going to be cutting 1 into 2. So the next thing, I'm going to go and sew it on the sewing machine on the lengthwise grain, where you have it to be so long like that. Okay, that's where you're going to be sewing it from, just as I am doing right now. And if somebody is saying, how do I calculate the length of what I need? Just do the length of what you need times 3. Okay, so now what I am actually doing here, I actually sew it. The sewing I meant, I sewed it with the loose stitch because I want to gather it. The sewing you did on that lengthwise grain, it has to be done on your longest stitch length because you will gather it up like this. Okay, like I said, use your measurement times 3 so that you will get a good scrunchie. Okay, so now after you have gathered it all like this, measure it to be sure that it has been gathered to the length that you desire. Okay, so once you have gathered it, you are going to be taking it back to your sewing machine, and you're going to be having like another stitch to secure. The second stitch now that you're going to be doing on top of it, you are not going to be using a loose stitch. You will use the normal sewing stitch. Okay, because you want to use it to secure that first one that you did, the gathers that you made. You want to use it to secure it down. So make sure that you do not use your longest stitch when you're doing this. This is just to secure, so that when you are moving your hand or anything, because this dress is not going to be having like any type of support inside it, the scrunchie is just going to be like this. So you need to sew it just to secure it. So give it that double stitch just like that. Sew it to gather it. Okay, then sew it again to secure that gathers. Okay, after that you turn it inside out like this. For those of you that may be having like very small loops to do this, you may need to maybe use your loop turner or something, but this is wide enough so my hand could go through. So turn it inside out. So in this case of this style that I'm creating, I need 4 because I need 1 over my shoulder and 1 over my arm, which is 2 for one side and 2 for the other side. So I have 4 here, and you can see that just by turning it inside out, you already see this scrunchie forming up already. Okay, so once you are at this point now you are going to take this stitch. You can see what I'm doing right here. This is where you actually did the gather. So fold the other part on top like this. This will fold it to the length where I'm stitching. I want that to be 2 inches, and that's why I'm folding this, but I'm folding it to the top so that the fullness of the fabric can come to the top. Okay, so once you have folded in like this, and then you just go ahead to sew. I'm doing this because of the peculiarity of the style that I'm sewing, and this is all of the 4 that I'm going to be needing. So this is the dress which I'm going to be fixing this on, and this dress has a lining, which means I have this brocade, and I also have a lining inside. So you are going to go ahead to put this strap inside in between the fashion fabric and the lining. If you are sewing a style like this, I'm sure you understand what I mean. Put this scrunchie strap into or in between your fashion fabric and your lining. That way everything is neatly done inside out. This is just as simple as it looks. There's no complication to this. I hope you have found this video helpful. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and also share with your sewing friends. Leave me a sweet comment if you have found this tutorial helpful. I'll see you in this next video.